Hey, cunts, don't forget to click the subscribe button.
Well, you recommend for her to grow exponentially, to just hire a CEO and then for her to just focus on, you wouldn't?
Not now, no. As long as she can work 100 hours, 120 hours a week, why confuse the issue with a CEO? I say that because I know you're not going to work 120 hours a week. I know, like I took a shit this morning and wiped my ass, I know you're not going to do that. I absolutely fucking guarantee. If you keep track on the weekly reports, and remember the reports are for you, you fucking monkeys, how many hours you work a day, you will be stunned, embarrassed. When Marcus Bauer tells me he worked 11.7 hours a day, 365 days in 2019, I believe him. When Andreas Gestapo tells me I made 1,613 calls for my first deal. These are the numbers. You're going to have, you may get lucky in the first guy you call, which isn't likely, because you're going to be stubborn. Remember, you heard I was sweating and stuttering. That's going to be you. And you're not going to, your camera's not going to work on your fucking Skype fuck. Because you're embarrassed to show them what you look like. Because you're not going to go out and make 50 presentations like I tell you to. You're not going to join Toastmasters like I tell you to. You're not going to join improvisation like I tell you to. You're not going to go join a club that you can't afford like I tell you to. I've been doing this a long fucking time. You're still looking for an easy way. I can see it in your eyes. There isn't any. Most of you, if you continue down that path, most of you will fail. And like I told you yesterday, you're going to get on Reddit and say QLA doesn't work. Instead of QLA didn't work because I'm a lazy cunt. Which you are. If you're not going to put 100 hours a week in this, you're going to fail or you're going to take 10 years. And to me, taking 10 years is failing. So to answer your question, no, I wouldn't go out and get a CEO. And the guy she called was one of the guys that she went to with hardcore, very polished executive named Raymond, sophisticated guy. And, but she had never, I asked you to move to Houston. You're there 3 weeks and then I fire you. He stepped away from his $350,000 a year job, sold his house, started to move his kids, and then you get fired. That's a tough call. I've done it many, many, many times. Well, fuck, and how's he going to get another job? And what about he's going to default on his mortgage and he's going to be just like fucking Morocco back here? I mean, shit happens. That's a tough fucking call. She cried over it. Now, it's hard. I said, next time you cry, let me know. I want to see it because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Viking bitch, next time you cry, make sure you can do a selfie. Send it to me. I want to see it because I don't fucking believe it. So, takeaways. Are you getting ready to say something? Are you going to tell me how?
Yes, how pitiful I am, yes.
Yeah, pitiful. Okay, we know that. Okay, you got a question?
Yes, she said that she paid herself $150K per year and swept $65K per month to her holding. So that's how she get money, right, from her transaction. Get a salary, right?
No. The CEO, the CFO, because they're cash flowing from the beginning. The CEO and CFO are the only, and I haven't talked about the difference between non-executive directors and executive directors. But an executive director is a line officer that runs the business, signs checks, that kind of thing. The CEO and the CFO are the only two paid people. They get paid out of the cash. And they get paid commensurate with the size of the business. A $10 million business, a $5 million business, you pay yourself $100,500. You pay the CFO maybe $75 or $100. And they have charts. KPMG, Deloitte, all the big institutes, have charts with a $10 million business, the salary structure should look like this. A $1 million business, the salary structure should look like this. A $1 billion business, the salary structure should look like this. But I mean, it's those are the only people getting paid. And she didn't pay these guys that moved to Houston from Dallas. She didn't pay for their move. You want to be there? She's got extraordinary leadership skills. Grown men with careers dropping everything to follow this fucking Viking bitch. That is impressive, even to me. She's fucking Joan of Arc. That's who the fuck she is. And we ain't got any Joan or Johnny Arcs in this fucking room. Doesn't mean you can't develop into one. But we certainly don't have any right now. Now don't get your head full of too much shit. But I beat her like a rented mule. I treat everybody the same. Now every seminar I have 4 or 5 people I beat a little extra because it's too obvious. Like getting it in the ass from the Persians is just too obvious. I can't let it slide. I would die, and we have all these Asians, and you all look like thieves. You do. Have you ever looked at yourself in the fucking mirror? Jesus Christ. And all the other guys that look like thieves too, they're laughing. Nobody tells you that. But down deep inside, your lack of self-confidence, your lack of self-esteem, your lack of self-worth is telling you you look like dog shit. The only guy that ever went out with Miss America that's ever gone through the seminar is me. Me. I don't even have to ask the question. No, I never fucked Miss America, so anyway, but goddamn, I tried. It wasn't for the lack of trying, I'll tell you that for sure. I said, what stories I can tell when I'm 50, 60, 80, goddamn, that I bagged Miss America. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay, what else? Yes, sir.
It's interesting to hear that most of them keep saying, stick to the script.
Yeah, but you're not going to!
I've not finished yet.
Huh?
I've not finished yet.
Okay.
Okay. So, that's good. They all talk about speed, which is good.
About what?
Speed stunts, move quickly. Don't hang around.
That eliminates almost everybody in Britain. I mean, tell you. I mean, seriously, every slow motion here, but go ahead.
But most importantly, she spent quite a bit of time talking about motivated sellers.
I told you the most important thing, and I don't know why I started doing this like I said, thumb. There's only one moving part, really, in the QLA model, and that's the motivated seller. All the rest is bullshit. And you spent the time now, and you haven't found, nobody in this room has found a motivated seller yet. No, not even remotely close. Don't even go back and talk to them. Just disintegrate or delete or whatever, get rid of, just forget about it. You're not even remotely close. You've wasted, and I'm basically talking to the March guys, just like I told you you would. Sally said, why did you even say that? You know they're going to fuck it up. I said, I know, but, oh God. And the reason why I gave you the thumb drive, because there may have never been another seminar. And as I told you, and you deserve, you pay 20, 25 grand, you do something, I give you a fucking thumb drive. But there was a good chance that we were never going to do this again. And but I told you not to do it. I was crystal clear. But you fucked up all your lives, guys. Why would you stop now? You've engaged in self-sabotaging activities your entire lives. What I should have said is do it, and then you wouldn't have done it. Okay, are you done? Oh, no, good. I'm waiting with bated breath.
So the question is, in your experience, how do we find motivated sellers?
2,000 cold calls away. Jesus Christ. And you wonder why I make fun of them. In general. One of the royal families wants me to come back to the Middle East to give a seminar just for the family. And I said, no, here. If it's not here, I'm not going to do it. And one of the royal families listens to my tapes, and they try to bleep out the fucking shit and cunt and for the kids. They know about me. They know I'm here. And part of it is, I think, because I work with the Kuwaitis. Successfully, I might add. And if you work with the Kuwaitis successfully, then you're all right. So the due diligence begins and ends with that, my relationship from years and years and years ago. But what else about, yes, sir?
I was listening to her. She said that she doesn't like to go to the brokers.
We're going to talk about the brokers and how we're not going to use them.
Yeah,
there is a use for them, but I don't want to say it on YouTube. There is a use for them. I'll tell you what the use
and
is.
she said that she's using some websites. She was going to say.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'll say it now. All the business brokers, not all, but most of the big business brokers list the properties on their website. They don't give you the contact information, so you can't call them. But if you got a half a brain and you've got 10% use of Google, you can find out who they are. And that's what she means. And but I'll show you how you can, because on the seller's finance, the business broker is always going to say, don't do the deal because they don't get paid. By definition. I'll show you how to get around that. But that's secret sauce that the YouTubers don't get.
Mr. Peña, sorry. I tried to do it once. I find a business. It was the garage.
Find the who? Say it again. Find the
garage door place that they were manufacturing the garage doors, which was the. And I called the gentleman. He was really, really motivated seller, and he was saying that her family is stealing from him. And
okay, go ahead.
He said that you have to contact my what they call a broker.
Okay, well, if he's already signed a listing agreement, you're fucked. And when's the listing agreement? When does the listing agreement expire? And you put them on your whatever you keep track of shit, and then 2 weeks before it expires, you call them back. Yes, sir, in the back.
All the businesses she had seemed to have had a significant revenue that wasn't being generated. It was hidden revenue.
Well, yes, for a couple of reasons.
How much would you focus
wait. Let me and then I'll let you finish the question, but let me answer while I'm thinking about it. When you think your business that you've built 15 years is going down the toilet, you get stressed. I'm told, I've never been that way, but stress, anxiety. So they stop billing, they lay off people. They lay the people off that are collecting the money. The sellers are engaging in self-sabotaging activities. We're through, fuck, I don't care, close it down. And there's a lot of that. Now this has lasted 6 months. There's a lot of that. But the people are penny wise and pound foolish. The first thing that people stop doing in an economic slowdown is they stop marketing, which is the wrong thing. That's just the opposite you should do. But they stop marketing. And some people lay off people in the office that are, in charge of accounts receivable. And they make simple, stupid mistakes. And I'm not saying that healthcare is more stupid than other industries, but it's no different. I mean, and that's what she's talking about. Plus, she does know what she's doing, and she has been in the business. And more importantly, or just as important, I should say, is her board is really sharp and they're motivated. And they see that the actions that the board members take actually have an impact on her, the revenue, cash bonuses, etc., etc. I mean, I've never heard, short of a Fortune 500 company, where the fucking board members are moving to the headquarters. Never. And I've been doing this a long time. A long fucking time. I mean, she has got, and, you know, I say she's 8'3", but she's 6'2". She's a big Joan of Arc. I tell her she should wear the chest plates, you know, like, and fucking, you know, show muscles and, you know, come through with a fucking hatchet and, you know. Which doesn't describe anybody here or that's come through the seminar recently. And her buddy that she went to school with, Viking Bitch 2, remember I mentioned her? Viking Bitch 2 closed her first deal. She's behind Viking Bitch 1, kind of in the wake, have nothing to do with each other, but kind of in the wake. They've known each other since university, and their kids go to school together, blah, blah, blah. And she's 8'3" too. And that's why I don't show you the 9-foot Dutchman. Oh, fuck, I can't. I mean, I know why he's got all his deals done. There was a hand. Yes, sir, in the back.
She mentions about her taking a salary from one company. Did she do that
She's taking it from, I believe she's taking it from the holding company.
From the holding company?
Correct. Remember, she sweeps, now this is something we talked the last day, but she brought it. She sweeps all the money accounts. And Dan Locke is not the only guy that you got to check money every day. No, just Asians. You're Asian. I mean, well, yeah, but close enough for government work. Yeah. I haven't looked at, every Sunday I have a senior management staff meeting with Zoom fuck, etc. And they give me cash balances and challenges. Normally there's no challenge, because if they have to tell me what the challenge is, that means you're not good enough to handle it, then I don't need you. So namely, I just hear 7 or 8 bank balances. How are the kids? Blah, 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 blah. That's the end of the meeting. Because if you can't handle the shit out in the trenches, if you can't handle the shit out, you know, where the bullets are flying, then I don't need you. And I need you even less if you wait till Sunday, and I have Sunday afternoons, my time, which is early morning America. And if you wait till Sunday to tell me about it, you're there as long as you, I'm a top line guy. I'm not interested in much else other than top line and you being able to solve problems on your own. That's it. Those are the 2 things I look for people that report to me. Top line growth, anybody can fuck around with bottom line and cut expenses. Any cheap ass, overly thin accountant can cut expenses. That's no big fucking deal. But there are very few people that are rainmakers that can drive top line. And that's what you want. And that's what I am, and that's what Rebecca is. And but she didn't say, but she doesn't know what she's doing either. And when she was referring to, you know, you got to know the ethnic groups, what do you think she meant by that? But that was more PC. You have to really listen closely to what she's saying. But given the opportunity, everybody will steal from you. You have to go on that assumption. Yes, sir.
About her chairman, he's a general, correct?
Yes.
Did he have any prior acquisition or M&A experience?
He was in charge of a $11 billion, or no, 111, some multi-billion-dollar budget. His last position, yeah. So, but not M&A. But I mean, in not diverting money, using money, budgetary, and that kind of stuff. And she had 2 generals, if I remember correctly. And I think she had let one, well, I know she doesn't have 2 now, so she let one go. Anything else about the Viking bitch? It's easy. The only tough thing she did is the guy moved and she fired him, left him holding a fucking limp dick after he moved. That's tough, even for a guy like as hardened as I am. I mean, that's tough. That was not an easy decision to make. Yes, sir.
So if she checked that person before
she did check.
Okay.
But sometimes, yeah, but you ask him, is there anything in your background, you fucking pedophile? You know, are you a fucking pedophile or what? You look a little feminine to me. What are you? What's the score with you, asshole? But you won't do that, will you? Even Mr. Little Tough Guy here, fuck him, he wouldn't do anything. He licks their ass. Of course you ask, is there anything in your background? Don't you think being a pedophile, well, yeah, duh. But it's like raising kids. Unless you ask your children the exact right question, they don't consider lying to you. And you know that. But when you pin them down, and then finally our youngest son, Derek, okay, Dad, you got me. Okay. Because the next question is going to be this, right? Which is the right question. I said, yeah, we did it. We set the neighbor's house on fire. But it wasn't on purpose, Dad. Now, here, like you, but, there's always a but, right? We didn't do it on purpose. We set the trampoline on fire, big trampoline. They stacked shit on it that they were going to get rid of, and they decided to burn it there. And the sparks went from the trampoline. Of course, they're on the fire like this, jumping around like in the movies. They think that nobody's going to get hurt, right? And the sparks get on the roof of the house, and then but Dad, we didn't try to burn the house down. Huh? That was Jewish lightning, yeah. Well, they know what Jewish lightning is. That was there was no lightning, but the business burned down. That's called Jewish lightning. We could call it Afghan lightning. We could call it Persian lightning. We could call it, whatever. But it's obvious she's good. I mean, but so far, are we going to hear anybody else today? Who? Now, okay, you've gotten 3 things passed out, right? Okay. Let's do the one with the orange lines first. I believe that's an industry breakdown. Okay. Andreas. Oh, yeah, the Nazi. Oh, great. Okay. It's self-explanatory, the one with the orange lines. It's industries, margins, etc. Okay. The next one, flip past that. That one, the one with the green shit on it. Okay, that's a quality of earnings report. That's the final draft of a quality of earnings. The accountants come in and they tell you what the quality of earnings, meaning just because it earned this in the past 3 years, is it going to be able to look like it's going to do it the next 3 years? And that's a quality of earnings. And that's a pretty in-depth one. Within your gigs, you've got 2 other quality of earnings questionnaires. But those are the kind of things that you got to know the answers to from the seller. And you want your big accountant firm to say yes. At the end of the day, the quality of earnings, it's suspected short of any other, and they'll go worldwide crisis. Now they've got a COVID clause in them that it should be able to do the same thing again in the future. And the last thing in there, this is the new pitch. This is the rough ass, like pervert up the ass says he is. This is the new rough ass COVID pitch to the sellers. Okay, read the first line. You.
Are you selling?
That's it. And you wait for a fucking answer. Some of the guys and gals refine it. Have you ever thought of selling? But that's the chicken shit way. Sure, I thought of having a 14-inch dick once too, and I'd be in porn movies, but I don't. No, are you selling? What's the second question?
What?
Correct. I mean, we're cut to the, will you blow me? Not are you up for it? Up for what? This is what the kids are doing now. These are the hammers. These are the hammers. The hammers have developed a new script which I approved. I didn't really approve it. I quasi-approved it. Because they say it's taking too long. Because they realize COVID's going to be over one day. And you're going to kill yourself for not taking advantage of it. This is the hammer. These are the hammer. Find out. What's the third question? Correct. It's like a hooker. You know the last time you got a hooker? Are you free tonight? Yes, I want to have a good time. How much, sweetheart? Right? These are just hookers to you. Prostitutes, girls of the evening, whatever you want to call them. And we've got guys going through using that script. But most people won't use the script. I passed it out because I feel that, for 25 grand, you ought to get something. So I passed it out. 9 of 10 of you won't use this script. Why won't you use the script? This new hammer script. This is the Corona hammer. Why won't you use it? Correct, thank you. Because you still want these assholes to like you. It's fucking pathetic. I mean, if you treat them just like a prostitute on the street corner, you're better off. Any of you hear me speak at the University of Pennsylvania? No. I mean, at school. No. Yeah. The private, because I had a couple of private meetings because James Goins, who's my mentee, who's now graduated, he's gone from street drug dealer, gangbanger, not murderer. It sounds better if he's a murderer, but he wasn't. I'm going to tell you, even though he's not a murderer, to the military, to straighten his head out a little, to here, to seminar, to University of Pennsylvania grad. Okay. So we met some of the people, and he was telling, it was a vet-centric meeting. The hardest thing is for you to get used to, and this is his words, is treating people like shit. Now, I don't consider treating them like shit. See, I think I'm being honest with you. Honey, I just want to fuck you. Nothing else. No romance, nothing. Just, let's roll. Let's roll. Now, in martial arts, rolling means something else. Okay? But let's just roll. And when I asked the girls in the audience at University of Pennsylvania or Krakow University, how many of you would forget sleeping with, marry anybody that you know here in school? Not one fucking hand goes up. How many of you would want to fuck anybody? One hand goes up. And the other goes, oh, she's a whore. Okay. Thank you, YouTube.